Hello. Today, when I talk about going from hustle to harmony, I wanted to dig in a little bit further about one thing that comes up when I'm working with my coaching clients. So, one of the things we work on when we're talking about this idea of your ideal lifestyle and what that looks like, an ebb and flow between your personal life, taking care of yourself, and your work, is establishing a new baseline. And so I think a lot of times clients kind of get a little bit apprehensive about the idea, like the way people say you can have it all and things like that. Just really thinking about your life as a whole in all of the different areas, which to me, the core areas of your life are your relationships, your work, whether you're self employed, employed, whatever is going on in the work section of your life, your finances, your financial management is the third component, your personal well being, which for me includes your emotional, mental, and physical health, and also your spiritual, that foundation of whatever it is that you exercise as your spiritual components that keep you grounded and purposeful and rooted in what you're supposed to be doing in this world. So, because there's a lot of core elements, right, and even like sub elements within them, that's a lot that you need as just a baseline of operating and functioning on a daily basis. And so, my philosophy as a coach and as a strategist is that we're not neglecting any of those ever. We're really thinking about all of the different parts of your life. And especially because I tend to work with people where we prioritize one core priority per season, it doesn't mean that we're ignoring, one whole cat or like you're ignoring something going on with your family or anything like that at any point along the 12-week cycle. What it more means is that you have things in a good place, you have systems, you have structures in place that really work for you to maintain operating on a daily basis, keeping all of these different pieces of your life operational. The focus on the one core priority per season only comes into play because there are going to be times where there are just major things that you're working on. And so, if, let's say, for example, you're in business and your goal is to engage with your audience more, you're launching your own podcast, something like that, that's like a big project that you're taking on. You're learning something new, you're, testing, experimenting, maybe doing research around, topics, all sorts of different things, platforms that you want to use, all sorts of different things. We want to leave space in your life so that when a major project comes up like that, you're able to actually have enough space to know that that's the core focus, know that that's what you're working on over the next 12 weeks, and over those 12 weeks, say to yourself, okay, month one, here's what I'm going to accomplish. Here's the milestone. Here's what I'm working towards. I'll do a follow up video in the future where we talk about the importance of those milestones and the effect that they have. But I just wanted to break up a little bit more detail what I mean when I talk about work life harmony and how it actually, like, practically shows up and how we pull it apart and dig into it deeper during our coaching sessions and during our work together, because I think it's one of those things that can be a little bit vague. And so I just want to be open upfront and share a little bit more context so that we're not neglecting these different core parts of your life, that I deeply value how important each of these core parts of your life really is, and that we're able to single out a priority. Side note for all of those people who, maybe not side note, but an extra thing for all of those people who have, something that just might come up. I think that's for all of us in life, but especially if you have kids, if you have, someone relying on you, maybe you're a caretaker, like all of those kinds of things. I just want to also add that that morning when, someone's extra doctor's appointment comes up, something comes up, you need to drive someone, your child's sick. That's part of why we work under a philosophy of embracing work-life harmony, because that way it's easy to decide, my core priority this quarter is the podcast. That's top of mind. And so it becomes much and much more easy to look at your calendar, to look at the day, to move things around, knowing what your priority is always, and then knowing, okay, anything that's not aligned with that, that's not directly supporting that goal, that's what I need to play with to make room for whatever comes up unexpectedly. So, thank you for listening. If you want to continue to get notifications on different topics like this to support your work life harmony, just subscribe to my email list. I send you just a weekly note, nothing that's going to inundate you, but that way you can keep up on that and any other little free resources or different things to support your work life harmony. Take care and talk soon.